Continuing the story, Xiao Yan managed to escape the pursuit of the Soul Clan by utilizing a fire lotus formed from the fusion of 8 types of heavenly flames. As Xiao Yan's gaze locked onto a figure on a distant mountain peak, Yao Lao and the others followed his line of sight. Their expressions changed drastically. Soul Clan members. Who would have thought that in the Shinnong mountain range, there would be powerful Soul Clan members stationed here? It's Hun Sha, one of the 4 demon saints of the Soul Clan. His strength is on par with Hun Jing and Hun Yin. The Shinnong elders seemed quite familiar with these Soul Clan individuals. Upon seeing the overwhelming aura, his face changed slightly as he sighed softly. To eradicate the Yao clan, the Soul Clan really has deployed all their strongest warriors. Unbelievable. Someone actually managed to tear through the spatial seal set up by Lord Void swallowing flame. The distant figure stepped through the void, appearing in the sky above them in an instant. Looking down at Xiao Yan and his group, his gaze fixed on Xiao Yan. He grinned, revealing teeth as sharp as a beast's, exuding a chilling murderous intent. You must be Xiao Yan. I heard even that old Hun Yin suffered a setback at your hands. The Xiao clan truly is extraordinary. Fortunately, our Soul Clan acted decisively back then to wipe out the Xiao clan. Otherwise, today's world might be a completely different place. Xiao Yan's gaze was fixed on the figure in black. Though the latter wore a broad smile, his eyes were filled with cold, murderous intent, clearly showing he was not a merciful individual. What should we do? Yao Lao asked quietly. He hadn't expected to escape one trap only to encounter another formidable foe. This guy was clearly not someone to be trifled with. If a fight broke out, no one here could match him. Although Xiao Yan's 8-colored fire lotus was terrifying, it couldn't be used repeatedly. Besides, from the previous battle, it was clear that even the 8-colored fire lotus couldn't easily kill such a powerful opponent. If he dodged, they would be completely powerless. Teacher, you all go first. I'll hold him off for a while, Xiao Yan said, exhaling slowly. What? Yao Lao's face changed immediately. How could Xiao Yan possibly be a match for this guy on his own? Don't worry, I have a plan. You all leave quickly and conceal your presence. After I delay him for a while, I will head directly to the Gu clan, Xiao Yan said quietly. Then he clenched his hand, and a jade bottle appeared. Inside the bottle, a pill the size of a dragon's eye floated, its immense energy condensed like a crystal, exuding a peculiar fragrance. A 9th-grade mysterious pill. Seeing the pill, Yao Lao finally breathed a sigh of relief, but there was still a hint of worry in his eyes. The 9th-grade mysterious pill's power was extremely terrifying, requiring many auxiliary pills for its energy to be safely refined. Even with Xiao Yan's strength, he wouldn't dare take it lightly. Moreover, after taking it, he would inevitably have to fight Hun Sha, leaving him no time to refine the pill's energy, which could cause considerable harm to his body. Despite his worry, Yao Lao knew their current situation. Leaving would give them a chance of survival. Staying would only distract Xiao Yan, and they might all be captured. Be careful. If you escape, crush this jade piece, and I'll sense it. After a moment of internal struggle, Yao Lao finally handed a jade piece to Xiao Yan. Then, with a low shout, he darted away, followed by the Shinnong elder who grabbed the young members of the Yao clan and quickly followed. Where do you think you're going? Seeing Yao Lao and the others trying to escape, Hun Sha frowned. His blood-red ghost blade slashed down, sending a massive, 1,000-foot-long blood-colored blade beam streaking across the sky towards them. The blade beam flew towards Yao Lao and the others at lightning speed, but just as it was about to reach them, a dark shadow appeared in front of it, crossing its arms to forcibly block the fierce blade beam. Although he managed to block the blade, the terrifying force drove the figure into the mountain below, causing a peak to collapse with a thunderous crash, sending boulders rolling down. As Hun Sha's attack was thwarted, Yao Lao and the others' speed suddenly increased. In a few flickers, they darted out of the mountains and quickly disappeared on the horizon. Useless people, let them run. Keeping you is enough. Seeing Yao Lao and the others escape, Hun Sha raised an eyebrow but was too lazy to pursue them. His gaze suddenly fixed on the 9th-grade mysterious pill in Xiao Yan's hand, a flash of greed in his eyes. Xiao Yan, hand over that pill, and I'll let you die painlessly. Otherwise, I'll extract your soul and burn it for hundreds of years. That feeling of a fate worse than death, you wouldn't want to experience it." Xiao Yan responded with a cold laugh. He clenched his hand, shattering the jade bottle. The pill immediately transformed into a rainbow light, but before it could escape, Xiao Yan's quick reflexes allowed him to snatch it and swallow it directly. As the pill entered his body, Xiao Yan's clothes instantly turned to ashes. Fine dragon scales emerged from beneath his skin, and an indescribably vast energy surged from within him. Eventually, the energy solidified into a crystalline armor on his body. What immense energy! Under the vast energy, Xiao Yan's body trembled. Inside him, it was as if he had swallowed several giant dragons, causing a tumultuous surge that invaded every part of his body. Under this energy onslaught, even with his heavenly realm soul, Xiao Yan found himself struggling to manage. The boundless energy rampaged within Xiao Yan, finally manifesting as a thunderous roar that echoed across the heavens and earth. Under the sound wave, the surrounding mountains collapsed again, forcing Yao Tian and Yao Ling to retreat repeatedly. Interesting. Swallowing a 9th-grade mysterious pill without auxiliary items is courting death. Feeling the energy erupting from Xiao Yan, Hun Sha raised an eyebrow, then shook his head with a cold smile. "I offered you a way out, but you chose not to take it. Don't blame me for being ruthless." As soon as he finished speaking, Hun Sha stepped forward, appearing in front of Xiao Yan almost instantly. His blood-colored blade slashed through the air, aiming for Xiao Yan's neck with terrifying speed. The blood blade rapidly enlarged in Xiao Yan's eyes. He clenched his hand, and the vast energy condensed into a giant heavy ruler. Instead of dodging, Xiao Yan met Hun Sha head-on. The blade and ruler collided, unleashing a fierce gale. The mountain beneath them split in half from top to bottom, collapsing with a roar that shook the entire range. Xiao Yan was forcefully knocked back several hundred feet, feeling a sweet taste rise in his throat. However, his eyes shone with excitement. The clash had consumed a lot of energy, easing the explosive sensation within him. Again, as the medicinal energy surged continuously within him, Xiao Yan showed no fear of Hun Sha. With a swift movement, he appeared in front of Hun Sha, wielding his heavy ruler without any fancy techniques. He simply used the most brute force to strike down blow after blow. The vast energy condensed into a ruler beam stretching thousands of feet. Wherever the ruler beam swept, the mountains were split in two. Facing Xiao Yan, whose Doqi was running rampant after consuming the 9th-grade mysterious pill, Hun Sha's expression turned slightly grim. His blood blade danced with numerous afterimages, blocking the mountain-like strikes of the heavy ruler. However, with each strike, his figure descended several hundred feet, causing his gaze to darken. He hadn't expected Xiao Yan to be so vigorous even after the fierce battle in the medicinal realm. "I want to see how long you can stay arrogant. The 9th-grade mysterious pill is powerful, but without time to refine it, its energy will eventually destroy your body. Then, let's see how you can fight me." Though Hun Sha was slightly on the defensive due to Xiao Yan's almost frantic assault, he remained exceptionally calm, mocking as he defended himself. Xiao Yan ignored his taunts. With each frenzied strike of the heavy ruler, his excitement grew stronger, and his blows became even more forceful. The entire Shinong mountain range was being destroyed in the process. With another strike as powerful as a falling mountain, Hun Sha's arms went numb, and he was forced back 1,000 feet, reducing several mountain peaks to powder along the way. His face turned increasingly grim. "Haha, how exhilarating. We'll fight another day." After striking Hun Sha away, Xiao Yan's frenzied excitement suddenly vanished. He laughed heartily, his bone wings flapping, and immediately turned to fly in another direction. In that direction, a dark figure was rapidly fleeing with Yao Tian and Yao Ling in tow, having taken advantage of Xiao Yan's distraction to lead them away. Hun Sha kicked a mountain peak, causing it to crack and explode. His figure stabilized as he glared at the distant, escaping Xiao Yan, and roared, "Xiao Yan, no matter where you run, I'll catch you, skin you, and extract your soul." With a venomous growl, Hun Sha transformed into a blood beam, shooting out like a comet, showing no intention of letting Xiao Yan escape. High in the vast sky, a thunderous rumble suddenly echoed. A rainbow beam shot across the heavens with breathtaking speed, appearing on the horizon in an instant. The sonic boom along the way caused many strong individuals to look up in shock. Shortly after the rainbow beam streaked across the sky, an overwhelming murderous aura filled the heavens and earth. A black beam flew past, exuding such terrifying malice that many strong individuals trembled in fear. Even sect forces did not dare to pay much attention. A casual wave from such a powerful being could obliterate their entire mountain gate. Witnessing a pursuit involving beings of this level was beyond their capabilities. This guy is really relentless. The rainbow beam streaked across the sky. Sensing the distant murderous aura behind him, the figure frowned slightly, his brows furrowing. This figure was naturally Xiao Yan, who had escaped after battling Hun Sha. What he hadn't expected was that Hun Sha would persistently follow him without showing any sign of giving up. Mr. Xiao Yan, we're still half a day away from the Gu clan, and that guy is getting closer, Yao Tian shouted, struggling against the wind pressure caused by their high speed. Xiao Yan nodded slightly, frowning. The energy from the 9th grade mysterious pill could only be described as terrifying. His body had already been ravaged by the violent energy. Even though Lily was desperately refining it, it was still like trying to put out a fire with a cup of water. If not for his exceptionally strong physical body, he might have exploded long ago. However, this was not a long-term solution. If the energy of the pill damaged his body, how could he evade Hun Sha's pursuit? One of you needs to leave first. My internal condition isn't good, and carrying 2 people will slow us down. If one of you leaves now, you might still have a chance to survive. That guy's target is me, so he shouldn't chase you, Xiao Yan said solemnly after a brief contemplation. Even with the support of the 9th grade mysterious pill's energy, carrying 2 people wouldn't make him much faster than Hun Sha. I'll go with you, Yao Tian and Yao Ling said almost in unison. They both knew that staying with Xiao Yan was the most dangerous option, and they wanted to give the safer position to the other. This is touching, but there's no time to argue, Xiao Yan said, frowning. Hearing this, Yao Tian and Yao Ling were both momentarily stunned. Then Yao Ling suddenly struck out with a palm, hitting Yao Tian in the chest and pushing him out of Xiao Yan's control. Xiao Yan did not stop her and, with a wave of his sleeve, sent Yao Tian plummeting from the sky, his voice reaching Yao Tian's ears. Leave quickly. Yao Tian, looking at Xiao Yan and Yao Ling's retreating figures with red eyes, said nothing more and turned to fly in another direction. You're decisive, Xiao Yan said, wrapping his arm around Yao Ling's slender waist. A pink fire shield enveloped them both, causing their speed to surge. Held tightly by Xiao Yan, Yao Ling's cheeks flushed slightly. Her cold, icy demeanor softened considerably. She turned her head to look at the side of Xiao Yan's face. Although his face was not as handsome as her brother Yao Tian's, it sparked a peculiar light in her phoenix eyes. Over the years, she had rarely admired anyone of a different surname, but Xiao Yan was an exception. The two had not known each other long. During the time in the Yao clan, while refining the 9th grade mysterious pill, Xiao Yan had been serious and composed. In the face of the Soul clan's extermination attempt, he had shown sharp decisiveness and relentless killing intent. He had fought his way through, ultimately leading them out of what had seemed like a death trap. A beauty loves a hero. No matter how cold and proud the beauty once was, this rule still applied. Xiao Yan didn't pay attention to Yao Ling's thoughts. Most of his focus was on suppressing and refining the uncontrollable vast energy within him while maintaining their speed. This was a considerable challenge for him. They've split up. Hun Sha, far behind Xiao Yan, noticed with a flash in his eyes. He quickly scanned the figures of Xiao Yan and Yao Tian. With a cold snort, he continued to chase after Xiao Yan. The remaining members of the Yao clan were of no importance to them, but Xiao Yan was different. The Tuasha ancient Emperor Jade in his possession was something the Soul clan needed. I want to see how long you can hold out. The chase in the sky continued for several more hours. During this time, Xiao Yan and Hun Sha traversed almost half of Zhengzhou. Though they startled many powerful individuals along the way, None dared to intervene under the overwhelming presence of Hun Sha. They could only watch helplessly as the two figures streaked across the horizon. As time passed, Xiao Yan's condition worsened. The infinite, crystalline energy within his body clogged his meridians. Despite Little Yi's efforts to refine the energy, every bit that was refined was replaced by more crystallized energy. As the energy crystals continued to expand, even Xiao Yan's extraordinarily resilient meridians began to ache. The power of the ninth-grade mysterious pill was truly terrifying. Mr. Xiao Yan. Yao Ling looked at Xiao Yan's pale face. Although her Do-Chi strength wasn't very high, her soul power was quite strong. She could sense that Xiao Yan's soul power was also becoming exhausted under the continuous strain. If things get worse, I'll send you away too, Xiao Yan said, forcing himself to stay alert. His body was not only heavily injured on the outside, but also in complete turmoil internally. It was already quite a feat that he had managed to hold on for this long. Yao Ling bit her lip lightly and suddenly extended her pale wrist towards Xiao Yan, saying softly, "My constitution is special. My blood has the ability to nourish the soul, Mr. Xiao Yan." Hearing this, Xiao Yan was stunned. He looked at Yao Ling's delicate and beautiful face. She was gazing at him earnestly, not appearing to be lying. Such a strange constitution. No wonder they say she might have a chance to reach the emperor-level soul realm. It might be due to this unique constitution. Xiao Yan thought briefly and then, without further hesitation, bit down on Yao Ling's wrist. His teeth pierced her blood vessels, and the crimson blood flowed into his mouth. As the slightly sweet blood entered his mouth, Xiao Yan shuddered. The blood transformed into a strange energy, quickly spreading and converging at his brow. His previously depleted soul was suddenly enveloped in a faint, blood-red glow, filling him with a sense of power even greater than at his peak. What an extraordinary blood! A healthy flush quickly returned to Xiao Yan's face, and his eyes brightened. He could feel his soul greedily absorbing the blood. This was the first time he had ever experienced such a sensation. If I drained all her blood, my soul power might advance further. An inexplicable thought flashed through Xiao Yan's mind, but he quickly suppressed it. Looking at Yao Ling's slightly pale face and her softly bitten lip, he mentally chastised himself for such a beastly thought. He gently released her wrist, wiped the blood from his mouth, and said softly with a hint of apology, "Thank you." Yao Ling gently shook her head and looked back, her beautiful eyes filled with worry. That guy's speed is increasing. Xiao Yan's expression changed slightly. Indeed, he noticed that the distant sound of rushing wind was growing louder, indicating that Hun Sha was growing impatient and had found a way to increase his speed. Hold on tight. We're not far from the Gu clan now. Once we get there, we'll be safe, Xiao Yan said, taking a deep breath. His eyes turned sharp as he flapped his azure and red bone wings, transforming into a streak of lightning and darting towards the horizon. Boy, if you think you can seek refuge with the Gu clan, I won't give you that chance. Behind him, Hun Sha's face was exceptionally grim. He hadn't expected Xiao Yan's speed to increase again after slowing down for a while. With a change in his hand seals, black Do-Chi surged forth, transforming into a pair of massive black bat wings several hundred feet wide behind him. Biting his tongue, he sprayed a mouthful of essence blood onto the wings. With a powerful flap, he disappeared without a trace. Damn! The moment Hun Sha vanished, Xiao Yan's face also changed dramatically. He quickly embraced Yao Ling and descended sharply. Just as Xiao Yan dropped, a blood beam shot past the space above him, barely missing his head. Xiao Yan, let's see where you can run now. Hun Sha, with a sinister grin, emerged from the spatial fluctuation, his gaze fixed menacingly on Xiao Yan. With a flick of his blood blade, a blood beam thousands of feet long sliced through the space, slashing towards Xiao Yan and Yao Ling with the force to split the earth. In Xiao Yan's eyes, the blood beam rapidly grew larger. His face turned extremely grim. With a slight shake of his shoulder, Little Yi appeared. The golden thunder dragon on Little Yi's arm started to move rapidly. However, just as Xiao Yan was about to unleash the power of the 9 profound golden thunder for a final counterattack, an elderly figure suddenly appeared in the void before him, and a loud voice rang out. Attempting to kill in the territory of the Gu clan, Hun Sha, you are quite audacious. The figure in front of Xiao Yan wore a green robe, with crane-like hair and youthful features. His fair face bore a slight smile, giving him an aura of otherworldly wisdom. Hun Sha, you've chased him this far. Now that you're in the Gu clan's territory, you should restrain yourself a bit, the old man in the green robe said with a smile, looking at the menacing Hun Sha. His words suggested that he had long been aware of the chase between Xiao Yan and Hun Sha. Gu Dao, one of the three immortals of the Gu clan, Hun Sha muttered, his face growing somber. He hadn't expected to encounter such a formidable figure upon arrival. My target is him. It has nothing to do with the Gu clan. Hearing this, the old man in the green robe, known as Gu Dao, shook his head with a smile and said, Hee, that's not possible. Xiao Yan is considered half a member of the Gu clan. Handing him over to you is absolutely out of the question. Hun Sha, you should retreat quickly. Fighting here might not be advantageous for you. Xiao Yan was stunned by Gu Dao's immediate recognition of him. Where did this half a member of the Gu clan come from? You brat. You took Sun Er's virginity in the demon fire space and still want to deny it? Gu Dao said mildly, turning his head as if aware of Xiao Yan's confusion. Xiao Yan opened his mouth, a rare look of embarrassment flashing across his face. He quickly composed himself and said in a deep voice, Senior, I came to inform you that the Yao clan has been destroyed by the Soul clan, and the culprits behind the destruction of the Ling and Shi clans are also them. The smile on Gu Dao's face finally faded as he turned his gaze to Hun Sha and said softly, So it was you. This news was quite shocking to him, though not entirely unbelievable. They had suspected it after those incidents, but lacked direct evidence. What angered him was that these people had struck again. Enough talk. Don't worry, your Gu clan will meet the same fate sooner or later, Hun Sha sneered, not bothering to argue much. I fear you may not have the appetite for it, Gu Dao said, his tone growing colder. Appetite isn't something achieved by mere words. Hun Sha laughed loudly. With a swift movement of his bat wings, he flashed through space, appearing directly in front of Gu Dao. His blood blade slashed through the air, its fierce blood-red blade beams tearing through the void, enveloping Gu Dao. Hun Sha, after hundreds of years, you still haven't made much progress. If it weren't for your Soul clan's 4 demon saints relying on numbers, the 3 immortals of the Gu clan wouldn't fear you at all. Facing Hun Sha's fierce onslaught, Gu Dao smiled faintly. With a wave of his hand, a green staff about a meter long appeared in his grip. As the staff danced, it mobilized the energy of the entire space, transforming into countless fierce staff shadows that collided with Hun Sha's blade beams. When the staff and blade collided, the seemingly simple clash unleashed a terrifyingly sharp force. The space within several thousand feet distorted violently, and the entire plane was swept by fierce winds, with sand and stones flying everywhere. Xiao Yan, holding Yao Ling, quickly retreated to a mountain peak. He sat down cross-legged immediately. The energy from the 9th grade mysterious pill had filled his body to the brim. If he didn't find a way to refine it, his body would eventually explode. The 9th grade mysterious pill truly shouldn't be consumed lightly, Xiao Yan thought with a bitter smile. This was the first time he had been in such a dire situation due to a pill, and also the first time he had been troubled by having too much energy in his body. Sitting down, Xiao Yan quickly formed hand seals. Little E emerged from his body, rapidly transforming into a fire cauldron that enveloped him completely. The pure lotus demon flame burst forth entirely, flooding into Xiao Yan's body and rapidly refining the almost crystallized energy within him. With no enemies to hinder him, Xiao Yan could fully concentrate on refining the energy crystals in his body. The full effort Xiao Yan put into refining the 9th grade mysterious pill's energy yielded significant results. The terrifying power of the pure lotus demon flame was once again evident as it swiftly transformed the crystalline energy, filling his meridians into torrents of pure energy. This energy roared through his body, and the previously clogged meridians began to clear. The vast energy slowly circulated through Xiao Yan's meridians, eventually transforming into a powerful dou qi that merged into his limbs and bones. He felt a renewed sense of fullness, and his dou qi was slowly increasing again. The effects of the ninth-grade mysterious pill were gradually being released. As Xiao Yan focused on refining the astonishing energy of the pill, the battle in the sky grew fiercer. Gu Dao and Hun Sha, both peak experts of their respective clans and roughly 7-star doshungs, were locked in a titanic struggle. The destructive power of their clash was immense, but it was difficult to determine a clear winner. Damn it! How did I run into this old ghost? This is the Gu clan's territory. Such a big commotion will surely draw their attention. If the other two of the three immortals come, even I might not escape unscathed. Hun Sha's brow furrowed as the massive blood blade from his ghostly sword was shattered by a light touch from Gu Dao's green staff. I must finish this quickly. A fierce glint flashed in Hun Sha's eyes. With a sudden change in his hand seals, the blood blade in his hands shot forth, expanding to 1,000 feet in an instant. The enormous blood blade hovered in the sky, its murderous aura almost tangible. The blade's edge shimmered with bloodlight, making even souls tremble. Blood gods splitting the heavens. The murderous aura on the blood blade intensified. With a cold glint in his eyes, Hun Sha sent the blood blade slashing down. The piercing sonic boom echoed across the sky, collapsing the space within 10,000 feet. A vast gorge appeared on the plain below, stretching for miles and impossibly deep. As the blood blade descended, Gu Dao's expression grew serious. His green staff rapidly expanded, meeting the blood blade head-on. The indescribable impact rippled through the sky. The plain below collapsed by several feet, and most of the mountains crumbled to dust. The destructive power of a battle between 7-star doshungs was terrifying. The blood blade flew back, shrinking rapidly as it sped towards Hun Sha. But as it touched the figure, the latter quietly dissipated. A remnant shadow? Gu Dao's pupils suddenly contracted. His gaze swiftly shifted to see Hun Sha appearing on the distant peak where Xiao Yan stood. The earlier devastating strike was merely a feint by Hun Sha. His true goal was to capture Xiao Yan. Boy, I told you, you can't escape. Hun Sha's figure appeared before Xiao Yan like a ghost. With a grab of his hand, the fire cauldron shattered. Just as his palm was about to strike Xiao Yan's head, Xiao Yan's tightly closed eyes suddenly opened. A surge of energy, several times stronger than before, burst forth to the sky. Instantly, dark clouds roiled, and faint thunder echoed across the heavens. A 6-star doshung? You actually refined a 9th-grade mysterious pill? Sensing Xiao Yan's abrupt surge in power, even Hun Sha's expression changed. His eyes filled with killing intent, and his speed increased instead of slowing down. Try this. Facing Hun Sha's deadly strike, Xiao Yan's expression remained calm. With a cold laugh, golden dragon patterns suddenly emerged on his arm. As the dragon patterns appeared, the lightning flickering within the dark clouds dimmed, as if encountering something terrifying. Something's wrong. Glancing at the golden dragon patterns on Xiao Yan's arm, Hun Sha felt a surge of unease. However, it was too late to withdraw his hand. His palm strike grew even fiercer, aimed directly at Xiao Yan's head. Go! Like the hand of death, Hun Sha's palm rapidly descended. In the next instant, Xiao Yan's arm trembled, and the golden dragon patterns erupted into a golden lightning bolt that shot out from his fingertips at an imperceptible speed. The golden lightning bolt met Hun Sha's palm in less than a heartbeat. The fierce palm wind immediately disintegrated, and the bolt effortlessly pierced through his hand. The moment the bolt hit his hand, an irresistible force sent Hun Sha flying backwards, blood splattering in all directions. Seeing this scene, the approaching Gu Dao was shocked, his gaze fixed on the fleeting golden lightning bolt from Xiao Yan's fingertip. He sensed an energy from it that made even his heart race with fear. Damn it! What is that thing? Hun Sha's figure stabilized in the air, looking somewhat disheveled. Staring at the almost charred hole in his palm, he realized that his earlier defense had been completely ineffective. If that attack had struck his head, he would have been gravely injured. Just as Hun Sha's expression drastically changed, a fierce sound of wind breaking came from the nearby space. It was clear that a large group of people was rapidly approaching. Xiao Yan, mark my words, I will repay this debt tenfold. Biting his teeth in frustration, Hun Sha realized he had lost his last opportunity. With a resentful low roar at Xiao Yan, his figure moved, transforming into a black streak and swiftly fleeing into the distance. Xiao Yan watched the retreating Hun Sha with indifference before slowly raising his arm. At this moment, his arm had lost all feeling. The power of the 9 profound golden thunder was so immense that even he could barely control it. Standing not far from Xiao Yan, Yao Ling looked at the fleeing Hun Sha, her beautiful eyes filled with shock. She clearly hadn't expected Xiao Yan to be able to drive away such a formidable opponent. "Mr. Xiao Yan, have you refined the 9th-grade mysterious pill?" Yao Ling couldn't help but ask. As an alchemist, she was well aware of the terrifying power of a 9th-grade mysterious pill, making it hard to believe that Xiao Yan could refine it in such a short time. "It's not that easy. I've only refined a portion of it." Xiao Yan shook his head, though his eyes were filled with joy. He hadn't expected the 9th-grade mysterious pill to be so powerful. Just refining a part of it had allowed him to advance from the late stage of 5-star Do Sheng to the 6-star level. No wonder even Hun Sha was so covetous of such a divine medicine. "If I can fully refine the medicinal power of the 9th-grade mysterious pill, I might stabilize at the mid-6-star Do Sheng level," Xiao Yan estimated, his joy intensifying. Once this matter was resolved, he would need to fully refine the medicinal power within him. "Haha, it seems I was a bit too meddlesome this time." Gu Dao slowly stepped through the air, finally landing beside Xiao Yan. His gaze swept over the golden dragon patterns on Xiao Yan's arm, which were quickly fading, before he smiled nonchalantly. "Elder Gu Dao, you're joking. If not for your timely intervention, I would have already been blown up by the medicinal power in my body." Xiao Yan quickly stood up, clasping his hands in respect. "Oh, what kind of pill could even you not withstand?" Gu Dao asked, slightly surprised. "A 9th-grade mysterious pill. To escape Hun Sha's pursuit, I had no choice but to take it." Xiao Yan replied with a smile. "A 9th-grade mysterious pill." Gu Dao's mouth twitched slightly, then he shook his head with a wry smile. He couldn't help but feel envious of Xiao Yan's fortune. Such a high-level pill was something even he had never enjoyed. "Elder Gu Dao." While Xiao Yan and Gu Dao were talking, the sound of wind breaking grew closer. Dozens of figures quickly arrived, their eyes first scanning the devastated plain below with uncertainty before landing on the peak where Xiao Yan and the others stood. They respectfully addressed Gu Dao one by one. Xiao Yan's gaze casually swept over the group of people, only to be surprised to see a familiar face leading them. It was none other than Ling Quan, someone he had had some past grievances with. As Xiao Yan spotted Ling Quan, the latter also noticed him. Ling Quan's expression became somewhat unnatural. Although he was in the ancient realm, he had heard a lot about Xiao Yan's deeds in Central Plains over the years. Each one was impressive enough to make him look up in admiration. Yet, decades ago, this now colossal figure in the Doqi continent had been utterly powerless before him. How swiftly the world changes. "Elder Gu Dao, we sensed the commotion here and came as quickly as possible. What happened?" Ling Quan, seemingly the leader of the group, respectfully addressed Gu Dao. "It's resolved now. The intruder was Hun Sha, one of the 4 demon saints of the Soul Clan," Gu Dao said dismissively. Upon hearing this, Ling Quan and his group's expressions changed dramatically, a hint of horror appearing on their faces. The 4 demon saints of the Soul Clan were top-tier powerhouses, their status within the Soul Clan akin to the 3 immortals within the ancient clan. Besides a few like the clan leader, no one could compare to them. "Look at you, getting scared so easily. Xiao Yan is much younger than any of you. Yet he managed to escape from Hun Sha's pursuit and even nearly severed his hand. If the younger generation of the ancient clan had more people like him, our clan would surely flourish. How would the Soul Clan dare to oppress us then?" Seeing their fearful expressions, Gu Dao frowned and sternly rebuked. "Yes, Elder, your lesson is well taken." Ling Quan and the others dared not retort, quickly nodding in agreement. Stealing a glance at Xiao Yan, Ling Quan could only inwardly smile bitterly. To them, someone like Hun Sha was almost a legendary figure. Yet Xiao Yan not only escaped his grasp but also injured him. This level of skill forced even the most prideful among them to be sincerely impressed. Elder Gu Dao, please don't overpraise me. Without your intervention, I wouldn't be standing here in one piece. Seeing Gu Dao use him as an example, Xiao Yan shook his head helplessly. Then, with a serious expression, he said, Elder Gu Dao, may I request to meet clan leader Gu Yuan? The extermination of the Yao clan is no small matter. The Soul clan must have a grand scheme. What? Ling Quan and the others, who had just composed themselves, once again looked shocked, their eyes filled with disbelief as they looked at Xiao Yan. The Yao clan had been exterminated? This is indeed a serious matter. If not for your report, we wouldn't have known what happened within the Yao clan. The Soul clan's methods seemed to have even eluded the clan leader's detection. Gu Dao's expression also turned grave as he looked at Yao Ling, standing beside Xiao Yan, her pretty face full of sorrow. With a sigh, he said, it looks like we need to invite the clan leaders of the Yin clan and Lei clan. The Soul clan's actions clearly target all ancient clans. If we don't take measures soon, we may all fall into their hands. Xiao Yan nodded slowly. The Soul clan had placed themselves in opposition to all ancient clans. But who would be the last one standing? Understanding the gravity of the situation, Gu Dao didn't waste any more words. After sending Ling Quan and his group back to the ancient city, he swiftly led Xiao Yan and Yao Ling into the ancient realm. The news caused a massive uproar within the ancient realm. All the strong members of the ancient clan were alarmed. The Yao clan had been annihilated by the Soul clan without a trace, a feat beyond the scope of the ancient clan. Could it be that the Soul clan truly had some grand plot? In the somber atmosphere of the grand hall, all the elders of the ancient clan gathered. At the head of the hall sat Gu Yuan, whom Xiao Yan had met once before. Gu Yuan's face was calm, looking like an ordinary person. Yet, with his current level of strength, Xiao Yan could vaguely sense the terrifying power hidden within that seemingly ordinary body. This was the true peak powerhouse of the Do-Chi continent. To Gu Yuan's left, 3 elderly men with white beards sat with furrowed brows. Gu Dao was among them, and from the other 2, Xiao Yan sensed an aura just as vast and formidable as Gu Dao's. These must be the other 2 of the highly esteemed 3 immortals of the Gu clan. Among the many elders, Xiao Yan also saw some familiar faces. However, their gazes toward him were complex. When Xiao Yan first came to the Gu clan, he was merely a common Do-Zun, not weak, but not significant enough for the Gu clan to pay much attention. Yet, in just a few short years, the once Do-Zun had become a Do-Sheng, a 6-star Do-Sheng at that, only 1 star below the 3 immortals of the Gu clan. To Gu Yuan's right were some of the younger generation of the Gu clan. A graceful figure sat at the head, her bright eyes fixed on Xiao Yan from the moment he appeared. Her eyes were filled with deep affection and gentle emotion. This figure was naturally Sun Er. Xiao Yan greets clan leader Gu Yuan. Xiao Yan showed utmost respect to this peak existence of heaven and earth, bowing and saluting. Beside him, Yao Ling also gracefully saluted. He, in less than 10 years, you've reached such a level. The revival of the Xiao clan seems promising. If Xiao Xin knew, he would be extremely gratified. Gu Yuan looked at the young man standing tall in the hall, a smile spreading across his face. His voice carried a hint of admiration, causing many elders to secretly smile bitterly. No one in the Gu clan had ever received such praise from the clan leader. Furthermore, from now on, just call me uncle. Though I don't know how many generations older I am than you, I have no choice but to accept such a daughter. Hearing this, a blush immediately appeared on Sun Er's pretty face, while many of the outstanding young members of the Gu clan felt a wave of disappointment. Gu Yuan's words were tantamount to recognizing the relationship between Xiao Yan and Sun Er. Thank you, Uncle Gu Yuan. Xiao Yan understood the implication of his words. It seemed the matter of him taking Sun Er's virginity had not escaped the sharp eyes of these old foxes. He felt a bit relieved. Luckily, his current strength was considered top-notch even in the Gu clan. Otherwise, this matter would not have been so easily resolved. He did not believe the Gu clan would easily give up their precious Sun Er to an ordinary person. Let's talk about the matter of the Yao clan, Gu Yuan said with a smile, waving his hand. His gaze lingered on Xiao Yan, finding him more and more pleasing to the eye. Such an outstanding young man was indeed worthy of his daughter. As the conversation turned serious, Xiao Yan's expression also became solemn. After exchanging a glance with Yao Ling, he pondered for a moment and then suddenly asked, "Uncle, have you ever heard of the Devouring Spirit clan?" As soon as Xiao Yan finished speaking, the hall was filled with the sound of wine cups shattering. Many elders suddenly looked up, their eyes fixed on Xiao Yan, with a hint of fear in their gazes. Seeing the reactions of the elders, Xiao Yan's heart sank. What was the background of this Devouring Spirit clan that even the mighty Gu clan feared so much?